morning, Tennessee Valley. It's Monday. It's July 1st, first Monday of the month, and a great month, a great week for that matter, because it's a holiday week coming up Thursday, July 4th, and I hope you are able to enjoy the holiday. I hope your boss, my boss is going to let me off, I believe, on the 4th, but hope that you get the opportunity to celebrate, to remember it's our nation's birthday. I don't know which birthday it is. It's somewhere between 200 and something and Tom Rowland's age. I don't know which one, so probably closer to 200, I guess. But welcome to Tennessee Valley this morning. My name is Allen Mincy. I'm your host, and normally beside me I have Lou, LU, which is our Live United mascot, and Lou's taking an early July 4th holiday, so he sent in his friend Debbie the dog. And this is Debbie, and Debbie has the same vocabulary as Lou. It's non-existent, and that's my kind of co-host. One who just looks pretty but doesn't say a word. Gives me the opportunity to say everything I want to say. So welcome, Debbie, and welcome to Tennessee Valley this morning. Before we start on our show, and I will tell you that the show today is dealing with safety. It's a safety kind of show where we're going to be talking about pool safety. We're going to be talking about, with it being a holiday week, about travel safety, things that you need to keep in mind as you're getting ready to possibly go and visit the relatives here and there. And July 4th, what would it be without having some safety tips about fireworks? So we've got three special guests who are well versed in all of those topics, and we will bring them on here in just a minute. One quick United Way, since I'm with United Way, I get the opportunity to say a few words. One quick mention dealing with the United Way. This past Wednesday we had an employee campaign coordinators meeting, and that's where we had folks who are conducting the campaigns at our local business and industries come and get ready for the campaign. It went great. Kudos to Patrick Long and Kathy Quintard from our office who helped put that together. A couple of great presentations by our campaign co-chairs, which are Don Lorton and Dr. Rodney Fitzgerald. So it was just a great meeting, and we had a fantastic gathering, and we're ready for the campaign to start. So you'll be hearing more about United Way as the weeks and months continue. So watch for that. Hey, we're gonna take a commercial break. We're gonna come back with our first guest, and that will be Rodney Murray with the Cleveland Family YMCA. We're gonna talk a little bit about pool safety. So Debbie and I and Rodney will be back right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
Are you having trouble filing for disability? Seems no one is concerned about your pain, the waiting, the denials.
While some representatives will meet with you in court, we will meet with you now to discuss your plan. We'll review with you the same file that the judges will see. Call us now, Social Security Law Center at Logan Thompson.
You're entitled to better.
This segment of Tennessee Valley This Morning is brought to you by Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland and 2120 Chapman Road, Chattanooga. For your next new or previously owned vehicle, make it Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, the better way to buy.
Welcome back to Tennessee Valley This Morning. You may have heard our first guest as he was doing a mic check.
I got
a little
caught,
bit,
didn't I?
yeah,
A
yeah.
little
I
bit
think
late.
you might have
I
got
was a little late
caught,
on that
but
one. That's okay.
don't feel bad because
Hey.
if you ever watch Thursday's show, Nancy Kaysen,
Yeah.
she's always talking before she's supposed
Politicians
to.
do hot mic stuff all the time, you know. at
Yeah,
least.
but they get in trouble for it.
Yeah.
They don't know they're on tape
Yeah,
when they get
Well.
caught.
you know.
Hey, before we get started, talking about pool safety
Mm.
and being a member of, or actually not a member, but a staff person at the Cleveland
member
Family
too.
YMCA. Well,
I got a card.
you should know a lot about pool safety because you got a pool over there.
I do.
But you should also know about a special event that happened this weekend. Did I not understand Rodney Murray had a birthday?
Who told you about that?
Ginger Gobble?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
You had a birthday, and this was
yes.
number
14.
14. Okay, congratulations again.
Yeah.
I remember
49.
Really?
49.
We'll have you back next June when you turn 50.
I won't live that long.
Yes, you will, and your
Yeah.
hair will be down to here.
Yeah, my hair will be done.
But happy birthday, Rodney. Congratulations.
237, by the way.
You're right there around Tom Rowland.
No, that's this July 4th will be the 237th.
Thank you. I wasn't sure exactly what it was.
Yeah, you just
So,
do a little math there,
well,
you know.
well,
2030
happy birthday,
minus
Rodney Murray.
1976.
We're a little late with it
Yeah.
being July 1st, Monday morning, but
It's never too late.
Hope you had a good weekend.
I did.
A good birthday weekend.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I hope Daisy got you something nice.
Oh, always.
Daisy, his Weimerheimer?
Weimaraner.
Weimaraner. I always want to call her a Weimerheimer.
Weisenheimer.
Weisenheimer and everything like that. But
I'm going to bring her on with me one of these days.
you need to bring Daisy on sometime. I saw Daisy over at the duck race, and Daisy is, she hasn't changed. She's still one of the sweetest dogs.
That might be a stretch.
No,
She's pretty.
She's always sweet to me. So, hey, Rodney, I've got you on here because it's summertime.
Yeah?
Summertime. You know the song. We've got, and the
got
chorus.
The chorus over
The
here.
chorus over there
Yeah.
singing summertime. We're good at that because it's only got the one word in it, so we can do summertime.
It's early, you know.
But it's time for folks to be in the pool a lot.
Right.
I know over at the Y, you guys are just swamped.
It is, well, you know.
I hate to say swamped
It's
and
not
pool,
swamped. Yeah, really. It's busy. But that's a big facility over there, and there's, it's not too busy. A lot of folks drive by and they think that, gee, there are a lot of people there, and there are, but that's a big facility, and it can easily accommodate those. It's by no means is it too crowded whatsoever. And then we have the indoor pool as
so you
well.
have two pools.
We have two pools, and we have the indoor pool as well, and both of them are operating full force. And it's just, it's great times. Great times.
Well, with it being pool season, and I know this past week, if I remember right, we had a tragedy down around Ooltewah where I think a child drowned in a pool.
It's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate. It happens every year, and I know that there are steps to take to avoid that, and sometimes it's going to happen anyway. But there are some safety measures that can be taken, and I wanted to bring you on so you could sort of relate to the people that, sometimes a reminder of what you need to do is very important, even though you've been doing this for years.
Right.
So
Nothing can ever prevent 100% of any kind of a tragedy. Mm-hmm. That's just the way it is. That's just the way life is. However, you can mitigate dangers and mitigate risks greatly, sometimes just by doing some really simple things. Really harsh fact is that the number 2 leading cause of death of a child, the number 2 way that a child will most likely die, under the age of 18, of course, is drowning. Number 1 is automobile accidents. Those are unavoidable as well. There's not a lot, arguably, that can be done about that. But number 2 is maybe not completely avoidable, but greatly, greatly avoidable by just taking some simple steps, and that's drowning. Drowning is one of those tragedies that touches home with so many people. So many of us have either had a near drowning experience, like myself when I was young,
Right.
or others have been around that, and it's just a tragic thing. And like I say, it's the number 2 leading cause of death. The cheapest form of life insurance you can get for a child, swim lessons.
I started to say learning
Number
to swim.
2 cause of death, okay, and then swim lessons can mitigate that greatly, that risk. That number 2 cause of death is drowning, and swim lessons are one of the best things to mitigate that. Just as some of the cheapest life insurance you can possibly get for a child. Swim lessons, whether it be at the Red Cross, whether it be anywhere, YMCA, we hope, of course, it'll be the YMCA, but anywhere, no matter where you are, get swim lessons for your child. That's one of the most important things.
I started to say the Y does provide
We do
swim
provide
lessons.
those, yes, we
So,
do. And so do a lot of other great organizations.
Right.
And there's no reason not to get swim lessons for your child.
and I know that at the Y, one of the things that you really have as a safety measure are lifeguards, of course.
We do. Yes,
But
the
say
pool is
I'm-
never open without lifeguards.
Right. Say I am someone who is deciding I want to put in a pool at my house.
Right.
And I know that there are steps that need to be taken as far as making that area safe, not only for the family, but for
Right.
those who may be living next door.
Right. Exactly.
Things like that.
I'm going to back up just a little because I'm not going to let the number one thing that you can do, that number 1 form of life insurance, still get swim lessons for your child.
Right.
Do not let, all the more reason, if you have a pool, all the more reason to get swim lessons for your child. And get good, quality, correct swim lessons that will give them the confidence that they need to swim properly, and that will save their lives. Beyond that, encourage your neighbors to get swim lessons for their child.
Okay.
Most important thing. Beyond that, to get to your direct question, I want to really drive that point home. It's so important. Sure. But beyond that, you want to make sure you have adequate fencing. All right. You want to make sure that you have, of course, you want your chemicals and your pH and all that's a given, but you want to make sure that those are all done properly. You want to have a good lockable fence that is high enough to deter visitors. Now, you need to understand that nothing is going to deter unwanted visitors completely. If someone wants to get over your fence, if it's 20 feet high, they can get over your fence, but make sure you have good, adequate fencing available. And then the other thing that is not, this day and age, it's very affordable. Some simple surveillance equipment might be a good way to keep track on what's going on out at your pool too. And there are some very simple alarm systems, that driveway alarms and that sort of thing, that can notify you if someone is in that area, can notify you in the house.
I would, and I'm just guessing in a lot of cases, I would guess that one of the steps that you need to do as far as safety goes is have an adult nearby.
Well, yes. And I guess I was thinking along the lines of when it's unoccupied.
Right.
Definitely when it's occupied. Okay, definitely when it's occupied. Make sure it's always supervised by an adult or group of adults. Please never let children unattended play in a pool. Children, especially boys, some of the factors I mentioned earlier, some of the data says there's number 2 leading cause of death. Boys are twice as likely to drown than girls because they are risk takers. They tend to be risk takers. And then also drownings are more likely to occur during special events or special activities, because at those times, a lot of times, you get non-swimmers, children who have never been a participant in swim lessons and that sort of thing, or may not be familiar with the water that much, But also, your adults can tend to be distracted with other things and other activities in their own pools, cutting the cake, that sort of thing. So you just want to make sure that you're conscious always, and always remember that if supervised properly, that area is one of the most pleasurable areas that you can possibly add to your home. It's a great addition. If not supervised properly, it's going to be one of the most tragic potentially. And really, there's some, like I say, there are some of these steps that you can take to make that tragedy avoidable.
And I know that there are, when you have a pool, the exterior of the pool can be equally dangerous because you got the water coming out, so people slipping up and
exactly.
And
You want to make
things
sure
like
you've
that.
got adequate decking, proper decking that's non-skid. And falls are unavoidable, unfortunately, but you can take steps to mitigate that as well. Make sure that you have good quality non-skid. Above ground pools tend to have deck planking around those. Make sure that you've got non-skid on that, or they do make non-skid stains that have granules embedded in them, sand embedded in them, and that sort of thing. And then there are paints for your and stains for concrete as well that have that embedded stain.
I know that these are things that people should just, they're common sense steps, but it's always nice to remind folks. While I got you on here,
yes,
what's going on at the Y?
It is just, summertime at the Y is a very busy place. We've got summer day camps going on. We just finished up, with the last week, we just finished up a volleyball camp that we had going on that several girls attended, and some guys as well. Mm-hmm. And of course we have the outdoor pool open, the indoor pool. We have our special events that are going on. The next one is coming up July 19th, and that is for members only. But that is we call it dive-in movie. We have a big inflatable movie screen that goes on the deck of the outdoor pool, and we show a movie, a good family movie on that area starting at about 8:30, as soon as it gets dark on a Friday night. Okay. And then we have free food and everything courtesy of Bilo, and we just have a good time and have a good party. Some of those activities going up. Summer memberships, you can still buy summer memberships, and they're affordable. And they're fixed terms, so you don't have to worry about canceling those at the end of the summer. They're good from Memorial Day, of course, that is passed all the way through Labor Day. And then coming up the week after the pool closes, I can't remember my dates at the moment. The pool closes Labor Day weekend, Saturday. Well, no, I'm sorry. It closes that Monday. But the following week after that Monday, the week after Memorial Day or Labor Day weekend, we have our Doggy Swim Day. Oh, and that is a fundraiser for United Way scholarships. Okay. Yes, Debbie can come for $10, and that's after the pool closes. Of course, 1 week, as I mumbled around there for good. Like I said, it's 6:30 in the morning.
It is. It's early.
And but
you're still recovering from birthday.
Yes, exactly. But the week after the pool closes for Labor Day, we do have our Doggy Swim for $10 each dog. You can bring your dog. They can swim in the outdoor pool. You're making a good donation toward YMCA scholarships to help with the United Way. And your dog can have some fun. Must remain on a leash at all times when not in the water. Owners can swim with their dogs. Okay. And it's just a great event.
Daisy will be there.
Daisy will be there. She is always there.
July 4th, Thursday. Any special times? Are you closed on Thursday?
No, the inside facility is closed, but the outdoor pool will be open until 6, from 10 to 6.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Rodney, thanks for coming
on.
I know,
thank you.
It's early in the morning, but you still got to get over at the Y.
You're
always
there.
Working.
Well, not always, but there's always something to do in the summertime at the YMCA. Come and see us, and we'll show you what some of those activities are.
Hope the folks in the fitness center have us on this morning. Hey, waving at.
Hello.
Would Kevin be there this morning?
Yes.
Hey, Kevin.
Kevin's always there early.
Yeah. So we'll let you get back over to the Y and do your job. But
Fantastic.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
And we'll have you on again, maybe right before Doggy Day.
Happy 4th.
Happy 4th of July, yes. We'll be right back after these messages with our friend Dan Howell. He's going to talk about fireworks right after these messages.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
Are you having trouble filing for disability?
Seems no one is concerned about your pain, the waiting, the denials.
While some representatives will meet with you in court, we will meet with you now to discuss your plan. We'll review with you the same file that the judges will see. Call us now, Social Security Law Center at Logan Thompson.
You're entitled to better.
This segment of Tennessee Valley This Morning is brought to you by Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland and 2120 Chapman Road, Chattanooga. For your next new or previously owned vehicle, make it Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, the better way to buy.
And I'm almost going to let you open the segment here. Had Hartline on.
Steve Hartline.
Yeah, and he...
I'm sorry.
Well, I know. Well, you think you're sorry. I was the one that had to deal with him. And I started to say something, and he didn't let me say anything. It was just boom, boom, boom. So I was almost expecting you to go, welcome back to Tennessee Valley This Morning.
Yeah, I did that
Hey, if
for
you
a
don't know
while.
this face, you obviously know the voice.
Sorry about that, too.
But, well, no, the voice is okay.
Oh, voice is okay.
Well, the face we'll deal with, I guess. Yeah. But this Dan Howell, and Dan is Mr. Television in our community. Everybody knows him from his work in television in Chattanooga, with his work with Voice of Salvation, I want to say.
Started back in the 70s
Right.
with the
But
Church
he's
of God in
probably
Voice.
most famous for being the first host of Tennessee Valley This Morning.
That's true.
You and Nancy Kaysen.
The inaugural host. That's right.
And Nancy's
Yeah.
still on here.
She's still here. I don't know. I don't know if I got too old or what. But they
think-
were looking for a younger audience. That's what it was.
I
So.
think no, I wouldn't say that, because I've heard some of the young girls think you're pretty sharp, from what I hear. But no, I think you are just a little bit tied up with a lot of other things.
Boy, my
going
plate
on.
is full.
That's my understanding.
Plus, I don't know if you know this. One of the reasons that I'm no longer hosting, I have a new wife.
Yes, you do.
We will celebrate our 1-year anniversary on last Saturday. We celebrated.
just celebrated.
28th, 29th. 20, oh, Lord, don't
Oh,
let,
oh, boy.
Don't let Beverly see it. 29th. 29th of.
She doesn't watch this show that often.
She doesn't get up that early.
I'll be sure
except
to give
during
her-
the school days when she has to get up and go teach.
I'll give her a call and let her know that.
Sure you will.
I'll say,
Thanks.
happy anniversary. Dan knew it right off. You know.
I wish I would have, when I was hosting this, I wish I would have had a co-host like you, though. I've never met Debbie.
Debbie the dog.
Debbie the dog.
Well, Debbie is as a replacement host. It's
A replacement host.
co-host. It's sort of like when you had Nancy,
Yeah.
and then you started bringing in people like Michelle.
She's the antithesis of Aunt Nancy,
Ginger
though. She never
and-
says anything.
Well, did Michelle or Ginger ever talk?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Just a little bit.
But yeah, but she, you know, she told her own.
Well,
She has a good camera presence, but she just didn't have a lot to say.
she was. If you watch, she did sort of smile a little bit when she heard about Doggy Days at the Y.
I understand.
But it's a very subtle smile.
What are we here to talk about?
We are here to talk. It's a safety show.
Okay.
And we're here to talk about safety in in government. No, we're here to talk about we're here to talk
That's
about
a
fireworks
whole
safety.
different topic, folks.
And if you look, I see you as EMA, Emma.
Emma. Who is Emma?
I don't know, but that's probably my next co-host after Deb. But you have many hats.
I do.
know
I
you're
wear a
the
few.
assistant to our county mayor.
Executive Assistant to Bradley County Mayor Gary Davis, and I also serve as his media relations person.
Exactly.
And then a part of my job is to also serve as what's called the PIO, that stands for Public Information Officer for the Bradley County Emergency Management Agency.
Which includes the fire and rescue.
All of that stuff.
All that stuff. And that's the reason that I believe that I asked you in, because we're going to be talking about fireworks safety.
Okay.
And anybody that is concerned about safety with fireworks are our firemen in the area, because we know so many things, and our emergency personnel, because accidents happen each year because of fireworks. And we have fires that happen each year. And a lot of these are avoidable. Some may be unavoidable, but most of them are avoidable. You can avoid these by safety measures.
Sure, accidents do happen in many situations, but just some simple precautions would go a long way toward preventing a lot of those accidents. And a lot of people end up in emergency rooms every year.
They do.
In fact, the Centers for Disease Control says every year on the 4th of July week that between 10 and 11,000 people end up in emergency rooms because of fireworks-related accidents. They blow a finger off or something like that. And unfortunately, at least 45% of these accidents are caused to children. So it's a reason we need to be very careful about using fireworks at our homes, and especially when it's around children, and they need to be supervised.
I think that's probably one of the first, if not, as Rodney was here saying, the number one thing that you can do about pool safety is learning to swim.
Yeah.
The number one safety measure for fireworks is children. Don't let children do it. Let the adults handle the fireworks.
Right. And of course, the best way for children to enjoy the fireworks is to go to one of the community fireworks displays. We have two great ones here, as you know. 4th of July evening, it'll be at the mall, Bradley Square Mall will be one. I believe that's sponsored by Mount Olive Ministries and Larry Hill Ford.
It is.
And the other one, which is also just as big, I think they said they had 13,000 people there last year. That's out at Howard Thompson's Fleeland Flea Market on 64 Highway, former county commissioner. This year, it's sponsored by Eric Watson. Eric Watson's Fireworks Freedom Display. The neat thing about this one is because free food. I talked to Eric the other day. He said, yeah, we're going to have free food. 13,000 people show up. I hope he can break the bread like Jesus did, because there's going to be a lot of people.
Right, there's
hungry.
only 5 fish that they
yeah,
have.
That's
we're
right.
Going to feed the masses.
But free food, free music. They're going to have gospel music, bluegrass music. I think Eric's even going to bring his gospel quartet and sing. And then at night, they'll have a fireworks display. And I was talking to Howard the other day, and they've got the professional people who do it just like they do in the big cities, as they say.
I have never been to one of Howard's fireworks shows, but I've heard just some glowing comments about it, that they do a great job out there.
Yeah.
I live next to the mall, so I get to see what they do a great job.
Oh, they
too.
do.
So,
and I understand it's going to be broadcast. I don't know how you broadcast fireworks on the radio. How do you do that? But I've been told that Steve Hartline figured out a way.
My understanding is that it's synced to music.
To music, I see. Well, that makes sense.
So the music will be on, and I don't know if they have a mic. You know, maybe they have Ed Ramsey holding a mic out the window. I don't know.
And maybe Ed's going to be there describing it. You know.
Or Ed could just be going boom.
They could be.
You know, they could be sound effects.
It could be.
But I do understand it will be simulcast. Yeah. But you know, it'd be great if you can turn your radio on and hear the music, and then watch the fireworks too. And I know our next guest who's coming on, Ginger Gobble, if they're over at their store, their automotive place, they have a great view of it as well.
Oh yeah. That's a
and
good
I'm
spot.
sure they have people parking their parking lot, whether they're there or not.
But unfortunately, Alan, if a lot of people can't go to the fireworks display or whatever, and the children still want to enjoy the fireworks and celebrate our freedom, the 4th of July. But the thing to keep in mind is that you have to practice safety. You have to supervise the children, and you have to remember that children usually model the behavior of adults. Sometimes the adult behavior is not the best,
Right.
especially if there's alcohol involved. And so you don't do anything stupid that you wouldn't want your child to be doing later, because they see you holding a firecracker in your hand and putting a match to it and forgetting to throw it away while you set your beer can down. Those things happen. Those things contribute to those accidents I was telling you about earlier. The children are going to model that behavior, unfortunately. So number one rule, I think, is to supervise your children and practice safety if you want them to practice safety later on.
They're going to pick up on what you do. I know another important thing to do is, if you are doing fireworks, to have either water nearby or a garden hose, because sparks can cause fires. And though we've had our share of rain this year, but you can still have those spots that are tender to grass or whatever.
Oh yeah,
that,
it just takes a spark, as Smokey the Bear said.
That's what he
Just
says.
takes a
Only
spark.
you can prevent. So.
And you know, there are fireworks that I guess if you consider fireworks as child appropriate, there are some that would be in that category. But when you analyze, one of the things that one of the particular things that they think is child appropriate is sparklers. But let's think about that for just a moment. A sparkler is pretty, and it sends off sparks. Do you know how hot a sparkler gets?
Actually, I do, because I looked it up. But
2,000 degrees. A sparkler gets 2,000 degrees. That's as hot as a acetylene torch, which burns through metal, by the way. So if you give your child a sparkler, I think I'd put a glove or something on, or supervise. I'm not even sure I would give my child a sparkler. Really, I don't know that I would. But it can catch your clothing on fire. It can catch your hair on fire. It can burn a hole through your hand, through your flesh. Sparklers are really not that safe for children. So you need to read the labels on these fireworks, and find out the best way to handle them. I mean, they're not put there just for fun. They put them there for a reason. Read the labels, find out what the directions are.
And once they go out, they're still hot to the touch. So be careful.
Yeah, they are.
Then.
And that's another, you bring up a good point. Another thing, sometimes when I was young, we would light a firecracker and it wouldn't explode. So immediately we'd run over there and want to pick it up and look at it, and what happened? And sometimes it would go kaboom.
Exactly.
And someone loses a finger or a fingernail. Don't pick up a firework if it doesn't explode or go off. Just let it lay, dump a little water on it, and forget it. Count your losses and move on. That's the best thing to do.
Exactly. And I know one thing, and when we were kids, we did things we shouldn't do, and we know now that we shouldn't do that. But in a lot of cases, you'll get the things like bottle rockets or Roman candles, and you'll point them at different structures. In some cases, you might even point them toward someone, which is very bad.
That's a no-no.
But even pointing it toward someone's house or anything like that is not safe either.
No. And it's best if you don't set these fireworks off in a dry area, a tender area, like a dry hayfield or something like that, because you're going to have a flash fire before you know it.
Now, I know that the city and county, I believe, have different rules about fireworks.
Yeah, they do.
Not just July 4th, but all year.
They do, and it's important when we talked about children modeling their parents' behavior. It's important for you to tell your children what the rules and regulations are where you live. We have two different local governments here, as you know.
Right.
We have the city of Cleveland, we have Bradley County, and they both have different ordinances. The ordinance for the city of Cleveland regarding fireworks is you can't have personal fireworks and set them off inside the city limits. You can in the county, and you need to be aware of that, and don't go around bragging about where you know, to your children that, oh, I broke the law, and it's just not a good thing to do. It's not good behavior to model for your children. So be aware of what the laws are in your municipality where you live.
And if something does happen where you live, that's where our fire and rescue come in, our emergency services. Don't, think that you can put out a fire if it's going to be something that could get out of control. Call,
absolutely. Call
emergency
immediately. And Since you brought that up, give me a moment here to tout our brand new expanded Bradley County Fire and Rescue Department.
I believe this past weekend.
On Friday, they had the grand opening for 3 brand new fire halls. And we have 5 stations now in the county that are operated 24/7, fully staffed, which we hope is going to increase the fire protection for the people inside the county. Outside the city limits, and the contract, of course, with the city, they were protecting the fringe area, 5-mile fringe area outside the city limits, and that contract expired, and so the decision by the county was made to expand its own current fire department. And 3 brand new fire halls. I believe they had an open house on Friday, and you could tour the open house and see the new trucks. Well, the ribbon cutting was at Hopewell.
That's it. That's it.
But all the fire halls that are fully staffed were open to the public. The neat thing, one of the neat things, there's several neat things, but one of the neat things about the 3 brand new fire halls that opened. Well, actually, they're open for business today because today's the 1st, isn't it?
It is.
Okay.
1st of July.
1st of July. This is the first official day when the county protects.
It's early.
Yeah. Protects the fire department, protects the people in Bradley County with its own personal fire department. So today's the day. But the neat thing, one of the neat things about the 3 new fire halls is that these fire halls are safe rooms, and each one can accommodate, according to the code, up to 500 people. So that's 1,500 people that could find shelter should we have another tornado like we did. Several tornadoes back in April 11th of 11, I believe, April 27th of 11, when we had those 5 tornadoes came through. And some people had no shelter, some people were digging out from under their crawl space. But if you hear of a tornado coming through, you're told to seek shelter and you can't, go to one of these fire halls. There's one on Hopewell, as you mentioned, out there by Hopewell School. The other one is on Menace Road across from Parkview School, and the other one is on Dalton Pike at the site of the old Waterville Elementary School. They're just before you go around the curve to the golf course. You'll see it on the left as you go toward Dalton. So if you need a place for shelter, we're kind of off topic here, but it's good to know that you've got a place to go now and seek shelter. Those rooms are designed to withstand 200-mile-per-hour winds.
Wow.
So it's a good thing.
It's great that you guys put that into the building plans. Hey, we're about out of time for our segment. July 4th coming up Thursday.
Yeah.
County government, tell me about you guys are probably, the courthouse is probably closed Thursday.
It'll be closed on Thursday and open again for business on Friday.
Okay. So you will be enjoying July 4th. Are you grilling? You are the grill master.
The plan is, my wife bought me something for Father's Day, so I think I can take a hint. She bought me, not only do I have a nice grill, I now have a nice smoker. And it has been inaugurated one time. I assume it'll be inaugurated several times before the week is out.
And I assume a lot of folks that are watching this show this morning will be heading toward the Howell residence. That would be in South Bradley County, right?
It's out south.
Yeah, it's down that way. Yeah, I'm sure it is.
No, come on over. Everybody's welcome.
But Dan, I appreciate you coming on.
Glad to be here.
Everybody, remember these. It's July 4th. Enjoy. We love the fireworks supermarket and all the places that sell fireworks, but please be safe.
Absolutely.
When you do this, and if you can, go to the fireworks shows that are going on in our community.
Have fun, enjoy your freedom, and God bless America.
God bless America, and God bless Dan Howell.
Thank you.
There you go, and your wife too,
Beverly.
I know Beverly.
Oh yeah, you've met.
Yeah, we worked a little bit on getting some information about you
I know you did.
For a recent award.
I'm not forgiving either one of you.
I noticed that. Okay, we will be right back after these messages. Thanks, Dan, for being on. We've got Ginger Gobble. Always a great interview. I hope I can get her to laugh just once.
Oh, I love her laugh.
Love that laugh. Love that laugh. But we'll be right back after these messages with Ginger, so stay tuned.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000. Don Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
Are you having trouble filing for disability?
Seems no one is concerned about your pain, the waiting, the denials.
While some representatives will meet with you in court, we will meet with you now to discuss your plan. We'll review with you the same file that the judges will see. Call us now. Social Security Law Center at Logan Thompson.
You're entitled to better.
This segment of Tennessee Valley This Morning is brought to you by Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland and 2120 Chapman Road, Chattanooga. For your next new or previously owned vehicle, make it Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, the better way to buy.
And welcome back to Tennessee Valley This Morning. Yawn, it's early, it's 6:30. Well, actually, it's not 6:30 anymore. We started at 6:30. I guess it's toward the 7:15 mark or so on a Monday morning, July 1st. And another familiar face, Ginger Gobble. I believe, Ginger, you have been on this show before, actually co-hosted with Dan Howell
Yeah, and
before.
I didn't like him sitting over here talking about me talking too much.
Well, I think I was the one that was saying that. Dan was
And
being
he
a
was
gentleman.
not, yeah, he wasn't disagreeing with me.
No, well, that's true, but you know, I sort of manipulated him into saying that. We were just trying to entertain the folks who are watching.
Yeah, if we won, I could just sit here and let you and her talk.
Well, Debbie, Debbie doesn't know a lot about cars, but she does dress well. She knows about crocheting and all. And no, I found that, and you serving as a co-host, when you would have a guest, and say the guest would be on the other side of you, a lot of cases as the co-host, you'd be doing the ping pong like this. And I was afraid I was going to have a lawsuit from somebody, you know.
Yeah.
They were going to have to go see one of our great chiropractors here in town. So I thought it best to have someone whose neck doesn't move at all. So we have Debbie the dog sitting in for Lou today. Hey, thanks for coming on. It's early in the morning.
Yes.
And this is not the time of day that Gobbles Automotive, and I am saying that right, it is Gobbles.
Yeah, Dan used to call it Ginger's Automotive. So,
Okay.
you know, Ginger's Automotive, Gobbles Automotive.
Either way, they know.
Whatever.
But you guys don't open until what?
7:30.
Oh.
So, yeah, I bet Frankie's there right now.
You're almost.
Yeah.
And I do want to mention, I don't think it was last year, it may have been several years ago, that one of our United Way agencies, the YMCA, has a group of kids that came out and learned a lot about cars out at Gobble.
That was fun. That was fun.
It was fun for the kids too. I think the guy that was with them, JD, who works over at the Y, said the kids just really enjoyed and appreciated the hospitality. I think you might have given them some cookies.
I believe I did.
And your cookies are famous.
And well, they're not my cookies. I bake them. I don't make them.
Well, we don't tell people that. We say they're Gingers.
But I don't want to get sued either.
Well, you don't want to take Paula Dean's place on the Food Network, right?
I would in a heartbeat. Love you, Paula Dean.
Yes, well, we'll get that out too. But no, the reason that I've asked you to come on is because we're talking about safety, and we had Rodney to come on and talk about pool safety.
Yes.
And then we had Dan, who was talking about fireworks safety. And when I think about getting my car ready to go somewhere, I want a reputable business to look over things that need to be, looked over before I head out, because there's nothing worse than getting stuck on the side of the road on your way to Panama City or something like that. So I thought, Ginger knows so much about cars.
Everything there is to know.
Everything. If she has a question, she'll ask Tony. Yes. But she probably knows, and you also have your access to
knowledge
information.
is power.
Knowledge is power. Remember that. But a lot of folks don't think about things as they get ready to go.
If their car is working right now and it gets them from point A to point B, then they're good to go.
Right.
And the worst place you could be, where you could break down, is like in the middle of the night, on a deserted road, or on vacation, and you don't know anybody. You don't know how reputable these places are. And I don't like to talk bad about automotive places, because we do get a bad rap, and everybody kind of equates that to all of us. We're not all
not
bad.
at all.
Tony Cobble is one of the most
exactly
honest people I've ever met. So, and I'm not too bad either.
No, that's true.
But
yeah.
yeah.
And there are others in Cleveland who are
I don't know
good
of any,
places.
and I wouldn't go out there and look for any, because I don't think people are human. They do make mistakes, but I don't think. I think that if something happened and you went back to that place and discussed it with them, you could tell if they were honest or not.
Sure.
I mean, most places would solve the problem right then and there if it was something that they had done.
But even if, say, I was driving down from Virginia or something like that, and I broke down in Cleveland, I wouldn't necessarily know anybody in Cleveland, so I'm going to be apprehensive, a little scared about who to call or anything like that.
You can get on websites like ASA has a website, and they should have reputable ones on there in the area.
And see, that's a good thing. We don't think about that, but preparing for your trip.
Yes.
Getting on websites, checking your destination, checking areas that have reputable automotive places in case we do have a breakdown.
If they have an ASA sticker in their window, and there's a lot of things you can look at in a place to go, should I take my car here? Do I trust these people? Or, word of mouth, of course, around here is the best form of advertisement there is. I mean, if you like where you're going, the person, you trust them. Yeah. That's awesome. But when you're on vacation, you don't know anybody to ask. You can ask the their brother may work on cars on the side or something.
Exactly.
You want somebody with some knowledge and somebody that you could trust and aren't going to go, I think you need a new set of tires because this tire looks low. Where it might just need, a little bit of free air.
A little bit of air.
So it's very important to have your vehicle checked out. We do. I know at Gobbles Automotive we do pre-trip inspections. Look at the fluids, the belts, the hoses, because if your hoses break, you're stranded.
You are.
You're not going anywhere. They do, they'll check the fluids for you, the tires, the tire pressure. Whenever the weather affects your tire pressure, when it goes from one extreme to the other, it does affect your tire pressure. Air is free. I mean, I don't know anybody really that charges to put air in your tire. So I know we at Gobbles will do it free. Just come by and say, I think my tire's low. Can you check it? We'll do that for nothing. I mean, because it doesn't cost anything to air up a tire. But tires, that's the only thing on your vehicle that touches the road.
Right.
You want to make sure that the tread's good. They're not worn on the insides, and you want to make sure that the tread depth is good on them. So, tires are very important. Brakes. You wouldn't believe how important brakes are.
Oh, I know they're important, but I don't know that I would ever think about checking my brakes before I went on a trip.
Yes, and battery. Your battery. We had a customer in there the other day that we have a really good battery tester. You know, and I mean it. I don't know if that's the right name for it, battery tester, but that's what I'm going to call it.
I think I've heard
It
people
tests
call
your
it.
battery.
Sure.
And it's very accurate. And we told this guy, you know, you might want to keep an eye on that battery because it's testing bad on our machine. And he said, okay, left. Had to have it jumped off a couple of days later.
Yeah.
He wasn't having any problems with it. So, you know, always check your battery before you go on a trip because you do not want to be stranded somewhere.
There's one thing that I never really thought that much about, and then took a trip and realized, oh my goodness, and that's that spare tire.
Most definitely.
And you took the jack out of the car, and you forgot to put it back. You know, you can have a spare tire, but if you can't get it on your car, it's not going to help you.
Exactly.
But I know the spare tire, you know, needs to be checked for the air pressure and everything like that.
Yes.
A lot of them have the small little tire that will get you, 50 miles or
Yeah.
so. But still, though, you need to make sure that that's
And when
checked
you're
as well.
driving on the interstate, don't drive 75 or, you know, don't go past the speed limit if you're on a donut's what they call them, the spare tire, because it's made to get you somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's not made to, you know, not from Florida all the way back to Tennessee.
Right.
You know,
And we know people who have done that, and they've just been very lucky
Yes.
to
I wouldn't want to chance it.
to get back. I was trying to check out some things about safety measures as you get ready, and it's not necessarily an automotive issue, but I'm sure it's something you've taken trips before.
Yes, I have.
Probably to Florida or to visit relatives somewhere here or there. And a lot of cases, you get out of the car, you go into a restaurant to eat or something like that, and you leave your purse in the floorboard where everybody can see it or something like that. My understanding is your best bet is to put those in the trunk. Is that?
Or carry them with you. I had a friend who hid her pocketbook, went into a restaurant, and come out and her window was smashed and her pocketbook was gone.
Yeah.
So, you know, I tell my daughter all the time to lock your doors, but you know what? That just keeps out the honest criminals. If they want that pocketbook, they're going to do whatever they can to get to it. So try not to have any valuables in the car.
Hey, you just led me into something. You mentioned your daughter. You have two.
I have to.
One is older, I believe.
She's 23. She
23.
graduated from Lee last year and living in Atlanta.
Atlanta's a nice town.
It's too big.
But it's too far away
It is.
from home too. But you also have Michaela.
Michaela Ann, she is here. She's
Yeah.
a sophomore at Cleveland High School.
Come over here. We're gonna at least get you on camera, whether we get you to talk about anything. But sit beside your mom.
My little sweet pea.
Yeah, I think we can see a little bit of. You might have to scoot in just a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Loves me.
Michaela is what, 15?
Yes.
A junior?
Sophomore.
Sophomore at Bradley High School. Oh, I knew you weren't. You're a
Go
Cleveland.
Bears, because that's where I went.
Yeah. Well, the way I understand it, you're a big Lee supporter too.
I am a big, but I also went to Cleveland State here.
Okay.
So I love them all.
Yeah, but the Michaela is a Cleveland High School.
She is a
Blue Raider.
yeah. She's a Blue Raider.
Blue
I'm
Raider.
but you know, whatever.
Yeah, but do you? You're not able to drive yet, I don't guess.
I have my permit, but
Okay.
I still don't know how to drive.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that you've got a couple of folks there that will make sure that.
Her daddy, she's got one folk.
Well, they'll make sure you know how to drive, but they'll also teach you safety.
Yes.
About driving. And that's one thing that I think we should mention when we're talking about safety is there are speed limits.
Yes.
You know, you can be safe, but, you know, no matter how safe you are, you're going to be going through blah, blah, Georgia, speed trap, Georgia. Or something like that. So you have to observe the laws of the land, too.
Yes. Very
And,
important.
Michaela, keep this in mind. In Tennessee, you can turn right on red after stop, but certain other places, you may not be able to do that. So be careful when you start driving if you drive out of state. They won't let you drive out of state until you get to be 20.
She doesn't get to go on the interstate till
But no,
It'll be a while.
I wanted to get you on camera while you're here, and
Because she's so beautiful.
And she is. She's very pretty.
Gorgeous.
And I know that your older daughter is well.
Yes. She's
and they must get it from Mom because I've seen Tony.
Well, okay.
And he looks like
pretty dang cute.
Well, he is to you too.
But you know, that's something about this book. We do have this book at Gobbles Automotive. It's called it's a women's car care book. Actually, it's called Knowledge is Power, and there's things in here for teenagers. When they're learning to drive tips. This is a great book, and it's free if you want to come by Gobbles and get one for your teenager that's about to drive. Yes.
Okay. I want to call it the store, and it's not really a store.
We call it a shop.
Shop. There we go. That's good. Okay.
But it has got a lot of talks about maintenance, and there are things in here for teen drivers for safety on the road, and it is a really good book. And they're free, and if I run out, I can get some more.
Well, you mentioned the book. Let's give a shout out to Gobble Automotive. How long have you guys been there?
We have been there since 2004.
Okay.
Opened up. Tony's been in the business since '84.
Okay. Where was he at before being?
He started at John Hicks Oldsmobile in Chattanooga, which is no longer there.
Right.
So he started out, because he went to Nashville Auto Diesel College, which, by the way, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Fantastic.
Nashville Auto Diesel College.
I did not know that.
Yes, Tony is somebody who studies constantly. I mean, does he not? We're in the car. He's got a tape playing on, or not a tape. What do you call them now? CDs.
You're not that old. Come on now.
A CD playing on car repairs or something. He's constantly reading. He keeps up with all of it.
That's the kind of person you want working on your car.
Oh, he knows. And if he doesn't, he knows how to find out.
Okay,
So
that's
and
great.
he does a great job. But yeah, he was inducted to the Hall of Fame a couple years ago. So.
Well, you're proud of him.
Just a little bit.
I think you're proud of the whole family.
I am. I've got a great family.
I saw a smile come out. I think even
she loves me.
Debbie smiled on that one. Hey, July 4th coming up. You got plans?
We're going to be in town. We'll probably go look at one of the fireworks show or something.
Fantastic.
So.
The shop will be closed on July 4th.
Yes, we are closed on July 4th.
Open back up on Friday?
Yes, we'll be back open on Friday.
Okay.
And we have got new business hours. We're only open Monday through Friday now.
Okay.
From 7:30 to 5:30.
Okay.
We used to be closed, open on Saturdays, but you don't want a tired mechanic working on your car.
No, you want somebody wide awake,
yes.
like we are this early in the morning.
Yes.
And you're getting ready to head over to the store.
We are.
The shop,
It's okay. Store, shop. Bake them cookies. We have Mayfield ice cream now.
Okay.
So while you're waiting on your vehicle, you get a fresh baked cookie, a Coca-Cola product, or a cup of coffee, or Mayfield ice cream.
I'll have my car over there a little later on this morning.
That's right.
Or something like that. Okay. Thanks for coming on and
for
talking
having
a
me.
little bit about car safety and just in general and telling us about Tony's award. and introducing your daughter.
Beautiful Michaela Ann.
Yeah. Hey, it's been a great show. We are going to take a break. Of course, watch Tennessee Valley this morning all week, and we'll be back in a couple of Mondays. But thank you, Ginger, Dan, and Rodney, and we will see you later. Okay? Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.